The Leo and Danny show.
But, yeah, that's like what stand-ups don't understand is how much work, you know, these YouTubers put into, I don't want to call you YouTuber, but these, you know,
that's what I am. The new
media guys put into what they do.
It's a lot.
Like it's its own skill set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he can edit, the sound, the editing,
How many camera guys you got up there?
We just have one camera guy.
This guy, okay.
Yeah, we got a kid named Nico. He likes to drink. I guess it's not all the new media guys putting in work.
No, it's not.
But yeah, the thing is nowadays, if you have the talent and the work ethic, you need both. You can go to YouTube and you can make a career for yourself without the consent of club owners or a late night show that puts you on and gives you a set. How do you make it as a traditional stand-up comedian these days?
Dude, I've been asking myself that, you know, since I got in the game 6.5 years ago. Like, how do you even... Late night TV is basically dead, right? So how does a young comedian take these like incremental steps to, you know, be going from, you know, opener to feature to headliner? I have no idea. I mean, the Rogan Experience, Joe Rogan's podcast, but it's not stand-up though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I've had a friend that went on there. And like she did okay. She got followers from it. She's gonna make money off of it, but she's not ready to be seen as like a national comedian, you know? So it's no display of that. So I really have no idea, man. I mean, it's possible, you know, you can make your YouTube content, like you can make stand-up videos on YouTube, like Andrew Schultz did.
He did a great job of that.
He did a great job, but he's an outlier. You know what I mean? Like he Charlemagne the God sort of put him on. That's his backstory. He, you know, we know who Charlemagne is, right? The Breakfast Club. They had a podcast together, so he already had a little bit of traction, right? Because I could put some great shit on YouTube, but it's a fucking drop of water in the ocean, right?
If you keep plugging away, I mean, I started from zero.
Yeah.
Dude, when I met
the Nelk Boys, a big YouTube channel eventually featured me on their channel, and it really increased my following. But to get noticed by them, I already had 100,000 followers on YouTube. And that was just done through sheer tyranny of will.
Yeah.
Like I guess I had the lack of shame. It was something I didn't have. I had no shame, and therefore I was comfortable going to my high school reunion in a blackout and giving a speech about a bunch of chicks sucking dick, getting booed off the stage, getting hit by a girl, and getting thrown out. Like that was my first video that went viral.
That's his first video that really put him on the map.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I ruined my high school reunion, and you should start thinking like that. You're hilarious. I think you could do something
but
crazy.
I don't have that kind of personality though. Like people always talk about, you know, stand-up comedy, how it's like this incredibly scary thing that takes balls, and it does in a certain form, like public speaking.
I was terrified my first couple, and I've only done stand-up probably 8 times. Been terrified every time I hit the stage.
But I would be terrified. Fuck blacking out and going to your high school reunion. I'd be terrified to go do a little butt pirate video at a fag joint in San Francisco.
You'd get over
it, you know what I mean?
It wasn't a fag joint?
That was a long way to just say fag
joint?
San Francisco is a fag capital, so it's really all a fag joint, I guess.
You know what I mean? That takes balls though to be able to like publicly do some shit that could maybe get you arrested.
It's a muscle. You know, look, I really
respect it.
You would be able to get over that fear, just like I would be able to get over the fear of stand-up if I kept plugging away at it.
Right? Yeah. Sure.
He has he has testicles that are very large. They're larger sometimes than the shaft of his penis.
My dick isn't though, so it's unfair.
He specifically has one very large
testicle. So, but I'm telling you, like, look,
he could just ball it. He could kind of ball it up cylindrically and just fuck a girl with it.
Exactly. It would be girthier. It is girthier than my actual penis.
I believe it.
It's true.
Probably girthier than my dick. Not this.
I thought it was perfect.
Though. It is perfect, but like
dick,
this guy's dick ain't perfect. I'll tell you what.
No.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Because I'm uncircumcised. He just
I don't know. I just wanted
he doesn't like my uncircumcised
throw a low blow.
I'll tell you what dick is in vogue right now is the egg-shaped penis. Popularized by the late great Jeffrey Epstein.
He is a great man.
He remember you saw those videos, right? They were like, the victim describes your penis as sort of egg-shaped. I'm like, I've seen that kind of dick before, dude, and I'm telling you, it's making a comeback. People are talking about it, dude.
Really? Why was he so offended by that? He was so offended by that.
I think that's a move that prosecutors do. Because didn't they say to Harvey Weinstein?
Yep.
Somebody said he had an inverted penis. I think they just do that to get these guys to lose their temper and then start confessing to shit.
Maybe, but with the Weinstein, there was like 30 chicks that were saying the same thing about his dick. So they use it actually to show consistency within the story.
Wow.
Like
Fair.
everybody was like, he's basically got a mangina. They were
sucks.
describing a mangina, and if they said mangina in a court of law, I can die a happy man.
Yeah.
How fucking funny is that,
That's
dude?
so funny.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, all the girls who fucked Tiger Woods said separately that he's got a giant slong.
Really?
Yeah.
That guy swings a 9-iron.
Yeah. Is a 9-iron a big one? I don't know anything about
It
golf.
doesn't matter. It's a fucking
It's
golf
pretty long.
club. It's a golf
Have you ever
club.
seen a golf club?
It's a golf club.
Well, even like a 1-iron would be long.
yeah,
too.
anything, yeah. But 9-iron's funny. I like it.
I like it too.
Sounds
It's a
good,
higher
yeah.
number.
It's a higher number.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
and
good.
9 inches.
9
You know what I
inches is
mean?
big.
Yeah.
It's the muscle. You'll get to it. You'll get there,
Dude,
man.
I don't know anything about golf. Before I laugh, I want to understand it.
I like it. I like it. But yeah, it is. Look, so what I was going to say with that is the testicle thing. He's better at it than the average guy. He's probably
Right.
one of the best guys. Like, he can focus and keep in character. I mean, he's he does take a lot of improv, and but he can stay in character and have blowouts a lot easier than most guys. He can have like a funny blowout in a costume, throw jokes out at
A
people.
blowout is when a guy has completely lost his shit, is trying to fight you.
Right.
The security's been called. People
Right.
are screaming at you.
Like other people.
Other
Yeah.
people are
towards you.
Towards
Yeah.
you.
And you can handle that.
He can
Yeah.
handle it,
Okay.
stay under control, throw the jokes out,
Right.
and make an epic bit. Because these people are getting upset almost every single time at something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Guys dressed in a pirate suit, guys dressed in pirate costumes talking shit about a restaurant. You go
Right.
in like, this place, this sucks. And
Did
people
anybody
go
get mad at
crazy.
you? Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody blow out?
The manager was a little upset about the raviolis on the ground and
Yeah.
the fact that there was a pirate handcuffed to one of
I
his
thought those
pillars.
PC idiots would be like, pirates were rapists.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
They
raped
could.
POCs in the 1300s.
We've had that kind of reaction in what? Actually, you know what?
I was surprised too. And I thought about that as we were walking around. It's like, I guess there really isn't an obvious way a highly PC person could twist a pirate into being like a microaggression.
found it.
Yeah.
I mean, they basically were raiding British ships, though.
Yeah,
And
they were.
British.
They were.
I mean, they were the ultimate imperialists. Like, I'm sure people in San Francisco hate the British.
I think they should.
San Francisco, though, yeah, like we review the footage. Leo's right. We got cheered out as we.
Tremendous.
The one-
you couldn't ask for anything better than
No,
that,
it's
right?
so great.
It did.
So great.
PC San Francisco did rear its head, though, in one bit where we were walking to our boat. We had a boat tour around the bay in full pirate garb. On the way there, a gift from God, a guy is teaching a sword fighting class. And we're walking around big swords.
Yeah.
So we walk and
There it is.
we're like, Nico, turn the camera on. I don't know what's going to happen, but something's going to happen. I walk up. The guy is instructing the class, and he's got this faggy little wrist motion. He's like, all right, circles the size of a grapefruit. And I'm like, that'll never work. It looks like you're tickling a gay man's tummy with a feather. And this fucking Asian girl snaps.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Get away!
Yeah, why? Dude?
And then-
That's so funny.
and then-
I'd be dying if that was happening. I don't know, man. It's
Yeah.
a strange world that we live in.
But then the guy came up and he was threatening to use his sword to break the camera, and
Yeah.
that's an example of a blowout.
It's great,
But-
though. That
It's
just
great.
makes
It's
the
great.
video better.
But really, a blowout is no different than when you're getting heckled. And when you're getting heckled, I assume the adrenaline comes in, and you're now locked into a conflict, and you sense the watchful eyes of the audience. They're going, "Oh, who's going to get the better of this one?" And you know, if this guy starts getting one over on you, the show's over. If he starts
Right.
punking you,
Right.
you're not going to
Yeah.
recover from that. It's the same as a blowout. I think it's probably the same muscle, it's just in a different setting. Therefore, it sounds terrifying.
You just have to reprogram your mind because you have so much. It's a different kind of adrenaline when you're live. You've got 100 paying people sitting in their seats watching you, and you've got a heckler. The advantage is always for the comedian in that
Yep.
situation, because the other the other audience members want you to win. So actually, shooting down a heckler is very easy. You just like jujitsu. You use their aggression. You use their body weight to make them fall over.
Right.
It's very easy.
Are there moves with a heckler that you see a lot of people use?
Like boilerplate shit, like shit that they already keep like in the gun, like one-liners and shit?
Maybe not something that specific, but is there a general strategy that you can apply the spirit of that strategy to any heckler situation?
Man, everybody has their own their own way of doing it. George Carlin used to just fucking destroy him just with like, shut the fuck up, you motherfucker, that better be a dick in your mouth.
Yeah.
Just going off.
Yeah,
and then he goes
yeah.
back to talking about like
that.
the deep state and all this like profound shit.
Yeah.
But the way to really do it, you don't really want to do that. The way to do it now is to address them. You know what I mean? Like pick them apart like you're on the playground. Like this guy this black guy was being loud, go figure, at the Laugh Factory, and he was dressed in like a lime green suit. You know what I mean? And I just, I made fun of him for the fact that he was a pimp, and then he had 3 of his hoes need to get his bitches under control. You know what I mean? Because they were fucking making noise. Easy shit like that. You know what I mean? And then the great ones will go to the crowd. They'll go to the heckler, and they'll just talk to him. Like, what's going on at the end? It's usually a fat chick who's a secretary. You know what I mean? And then you just pick it apart from there. I can't recreate it, but the best people just keep asking questions. It's like a lawyer. It's like a cross-examination. Yeah. Keep asking questions until they stumble on themselves, say something contradictory, which they're going to do. Yeah. Like, they're not smart if they're just if they thought they could best the comedian who's on stage, and then you make them tumble and the whole place laughs.
I see Jeff Ross doing that a lot. I love watching Jeff Ross, and it's not an adversarial thing for him, but when he roasts people in the audience, it's all in good fun. They want to get roasted, but he asks questions too, like a cross-examination, and you can see his mind working. What do? They give him an answer. It's nothing that out of the ordinary. Where are you from? He gets an answer. It's not something he likes. Why did you dress like this? Or another generic. And then eventually they give him the answer that he knows he can jump on and he's got a joke for. And then he makes his move. So he's patient.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to listen. Yeah. Like improv. Yeah. Like the best way to do it is just to fucking really be in the moment. You know what I mean?
Totally. That's everything in improv. Yeah. 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 You have to, there's a concept in improv that I think it's just like what you said. You said you're listening for them to say something that doesn't add up or that's really stupid that you can go after and make fun of them for. In improv, there's a theory I've been reading right now where the beginning of the scene is you build the base reality. And then the first unusual thing that comes to the fore is what the rest of the scene is going to be about. You're going to make a game out of that first unusual thing. So I think when you're talking to a heckler, you find the first thing that a little weird that they're saying, like, oh, you're a fat secretary lady? Yeah? What are you doing here tonight? Oh, it was a date and your date stood you up or whatever. And then that's obviously the fucking point of attack. And that becomes the game of fucking with this person, the first unusual thing they say. Yeah.
If she's a fat secretary, I'd be like, well, at least your boss is going to make you blow him. Something like that, right? Nice. So and in the moment, it's hilarious because it's like, it's this fucking, everybody sucks in. So like, oh, is he going to be able to handle this? And then when you fucking show him who's daddy, that's the crowd wants you to fucking grab him by the hair and butt fuck him. Right. And when you show him you got him under control, it's like, it's the best release. It's one of my favorite parts about stand-up is getting a huge improv laugh, a huge laugh, spur of the moment. You know what I mean? Nice. So, but yeah,
more satisfying than a joke laugh.
As much, I think. It's much. Beautiful. It's and a new bit working, that might be the best. Yeah, it's like the first shot of heroin. Yeah, and you can never recreate that. Yeah, because you're like, that is an organic thing. It's all mine. Right. That is my thought, and it fucking killed. Forget about it, dude. That's a couple of my new jokes worked at the show on Thursday.
You were probably the best comedian.
And you killed it for sure.
And I've been swinging my dick like ever since. You know what I mean? And then next week I'll bomb and I'll go back to being, fucking miserable, and I'll have to get back out there just like grinding. So it's the great equalizer.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's why everybody wants to do stand-up, but the life, I don't know, man. It doesn't seem tenable to me, honestly. I'm being honest right now. Please follow me. Please follow my Patreon. Yeah. I need a career, dude. I deserve a fucking career.
Let's go, bro.
So, but yeah, man, I want to get into this shit, man. I want to get into YouTubing and but I don't want to stretch myself into doing something that's not me either. Right. You know what I mean? So
I think there's a way to find something organic that you can use your comedic brain. Because, we've been explaining things that we've been doing that are funny, and I know that you see the joke right away and you understand. I feel like a comedian, a guy, that's why we like having comedians on the podcast, because we can talk to them and it flows and it's a nice jovial atmosphere. But with that, comedic brain, there is a way to transfer it over to YouTube. There really is. Right. Yeah.
And you're going to have to do some shit that's not you at first in order to find the stuff that is you.
Of course. Yeah.
Like I go back and I watch some of my videos even from like a year ago, and it makes me think, why the fuck was I even making content at that point? Like this, I would never post this today. In fact, I'm thinking about privating it. Right. Right. And that lasted for the first 2 years of my career.
Right. We have that thought, and you're going to have that thought, but remember this. The people that follow you, they love to see the growth. They love whatever the fuck you put out first. They don't care. They love that you did it.
Right.
Then they want to see you grow, and they are cheering for you to grow. They support you on every step, and they want to see you at the top one day. That's the truth,
Yeah.
and that's how most of our fans are.
Until the haters show up. This is how it goes.
Too, yeah.
When you first start, you're going to get a ton of haters. You're going to be like posting shit on Instagram. Go check out my new YouTube video. Your friends from high school are like,
what the
I'm
fuck
going to
is this
shoot
guy
down
doing?
this faggot
Of
stream.
course, they all
Click the
do.
link.
Yeah.
But then once you get a little bit of traction, and I'm talking about 1,000 views a video, 10,000 views a video, everybody loves you. The only people there are just your fans. But then once you reach the hundreds of thousands, then the haters come to the party.
Right.
And then you got to stop reading your comments and reading messages
Of
because
course,
everybody wants to tell you why you suck and why you've gone downhill. So it's interesting. I mean, I suppose every comedian deals with it in some form. It's actually kind of nice because while I don't get the satisfaction of
Live
getting a laugh,
The immediacy of the laugh.
it's crazy. A lot of times I don't know where I am in a joke writing sense because I don't get that instant audience feedback ever, and I don't read my comments because so many people just talk shit.
Yeah,
Can't
I
read
never
the
read
comments.
any comments.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time.
So while that doesn't happen, I also don't have the experience of going up and going through an agonizing 10 minutes where nobody wants to listen to me
Right.
and people are talking in the corner and a guy over here is texting. Like that doesn't happen either on YouTube,
Man,
which is nice.
The growth and just the sheer hell that you have to put yourself through in order to be a comedian is it's incredible that people stick with it, man. And it's probably because the high is so great.
The
of
high's
the
so
laugh.
great, man.
You know what I mean?
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
And we're fucking, again, dude, we're men. There's no way out.
There's no way out.
I don't think-
I'm in too deep now.
You're in too deep.
Your
I'm about a
ego-
year and a half in too deep.
You're in too deep. John.
Absolutely.
Maybe I've quit a little bit, maybe before this pandemic, but I was doing so well in stand up. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, things are really going to turn around. And now it's like,
Were
no
you
turning back.
making decent money doing stand-up?
money, not really, but I was getting in at the clubs. I was getting.
Do you have a day
respect.
job?
Yeah, sort of. It's like real estate stuff.
Nice.
So
That
I
sounds like a promising day job.
Yeah, it's good enough because it's like I manage the building I live in, so I got a
Nice.
free apartment.
That's
and then
great.
I do like apartment leasing, so it's like all my schedule.
That's great.
So it's
huge.
cool, yeah. But before the pandemic, yeah, I was on the road featuring for headliners. I was learning how to kill for 30 minutes consistently, which is hard as
hard.
fuck, right?
Yes.
Imagine an hour.
So hard,
Keeping
an
these
hour.
animals
Yeah.
in Tulsa, on a Friday night, fucking
Yeah.
when they're drunk and they still smell like, the tar from the fucking, highway they were laying down earlier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
keeping the masses entertained it's an insanely hard thing to do. So yeah, dude, I felt like, okay, this is it. But it's there's not going to be any breaks anymore in this business. It's not like the old days. Your only break is really Joe Rogan at this point, Like back in the day, you get on Carson, that's a break. You get on any late night show. You get a TV show. There's no TV anymore.
Yeah.
Can you name me a TV show that's centered around comedians?
Yeah.
No.
There's none of it. There's not this adult. What was that show back in the day? Even like the little Comedy Central shows that were centered around comedians.
There's Last Comic Standing. There was
Not exactly.
There was Comedy Central stand-up features where
Yeah.
it was just and
now there's barely even that.
and I'll even say that with the break, if you don't have the work ethic and the skill to sustain your momentum after your break, the break means nothing these days
Doesn't mean
too.
shit, dude.
Like with the Nelk thing, when I got on with Nelk, I got a huge surge in my numbers that lasted about 3 or 4 months, and then they came back down to earth. And I was working my ass off. We were putting out insane hours, traveling all over, putting out great content, and still people would be like, "Oh, you're fucking boring now. Fuck you. I'm gonna go watch Nelk." And I just trickled back down to where I was, and if it weren't for perseverance and an insane amount of hard work, which eventually brought me back up, the break wouldn't have meant anything.
Right. Right. So is that? I guess that's in the new media world. That's your break.
Yeah.
It's like getting on a bigger
collaboration.
show.
Getting a collaboration.
And I don't
Yeah.
think it's as necessary as people crack it up to be. I think if the algorithm on YouTube tends to do its job and promote you to people who will enjoy your content,
Yeah.
and you'll reach new fans as you sleep if you put out good content,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Oh, well, that's promising. That's the optimistic view. It's like
it's
if you
the-
put
it's the
out,
true view,
if you
though,
put
man.
out good shit.
Good
shit.
People will.
If you put out good
People
shit,
will respond.
It's before because I've been trying to make it in comedy since 2013. I started writing books too.
Oh,
that was
nice.
my start. I absolutely.
Did you finish any of them?
Yeah, I got 3 of them out on Amazon.
Nice.
And they all bombed. I would promote them. I would do all these cutesy contests like, oh, buy my book and review it and I'll send you a Kindle or a fucking MacBook. Wasted a bunch of money on that.
Hey, did you use them to get laid though?
The books?
Yes.
No, because then the girls would look them up, and my books were about getting hand jobs from Asian massage parlors. They were embarrassing.
Oh, these were like gag books.
Yeah.
They were
no
true.
pun intended.
No, they were true. They weren't gag books,
They were
but they
real.
were they were like the same kind of shit we're talking about right now. They were about nonfiction incidents in my life using the exact same sort of language we are.
Oh, chicks don't know how to read anyways. Fuck them. Dude, I've used my book to get laid. Like, I've been laid more based off being a writer than the number of books I've actually sold, like the number of copies.
What's
You know
your
what
book called?
It's called Days of the Trap, and it's about the trap. Right?
When you were a drug
And it's-
dealer.
Exactly, and it's about pre-legalization